A political earthquake in Brussels over the weekend. Parties opposed to the European Union won EU parliamentary elections in Britain and France. Dale Hurd reports now on the shockwave from Brussels.
First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, and then you win.
And that describes what has been happening in Europe over the past several years. European anger at the EU has been building and anti-EU parties have been growing. But they were mostly laughed at or ignored. Not anymore. Now the EU faces powerful political forces that want to destroy it, as UKIP's Nigel Farage told European reporters very plainly.
I don't just want Britain to leave the European Union, I want Europe to leave the European Union. I don't believe that flag, that anthem, and that president, whose name no one knows, really represent what Europe should be.
European voters have spoken very clearly that they want change, but the question is whether the elites in their own capitals and in Brussels will listen. And there's reason to believe that they won't. Because while the EU got trounced in two of Europe's largest and most important nations, Britain and France, in most of the EU, Europeans voted for the status quo. Doru Frantescu is policy director at Vote Watch Europe think tank.
The pro-European forces will still have a majority in the next European Parliament, even if this majority diminishes from about 72 to around 64% in the next Parliament.
The second reason Brussels is not likely to bend is that EU leaders have shown that they want more European Union and not less. Tighter integration, more laws, and more power to, as they would put it, solve Europe's problems. But last week's results show that the EU is the problem for voters in Britain and France, who see their nations being slowly taken over by EU laws. The first-place finish of Marine Le Pen's National Front Party had the French establishment in shock and the Hollande government in emergency meetings. The newspaper La Parisienne called the results the Big Bang. Le Pen told supporters, "Our people demand one policy only, a policy of the French for the French and with the French. They no longer want to be led from the outside." But what some have called the boldest, if not the biggest, political experiment in history, the European Union, will not be closing down just yet. And that's likely to mean that the forces opposing it have a bright future. Dale Hurd, CBN News, Brussels.